like to thank Pivotal Scientific for inviting us here. Do I need this? Can you guys hear me in the back? I'm a loud American, so I do apologize. I guess that was redundant anyway. I'm going to talk about technology that we introduced here at Gore, and we introduced it in January at Pep Talk out in San Diego. We're just now getting our feet under us, so we're looking to kind of get out here in Europe and see where we can take this technology. I'm here myself as the product specialist, and Doug Puja, who is not blurred out, is sitting up front as well, so feel free to talk to either one of us. I know Richard has me on the clock, so I'll talk as fast as possible, and I apologize if English or American is your second language. So, what are we introducing? We're introducing a membrane-based protein A device for purification of antibodies. And in that, we've been able to kind of solve a problem that people had presented to us a while back, which is how can you get a membrane to flow fast and have high capacity? And so what we did is look to leverage what Gore is best at. We're really good at manipulating the polymer PTFE in membrane forms. Most of you might know us from Gore-Tex. But we have materials all around, and what we've done is we've actually combined that high capacity and short residence time. Working with several companies, we actually found out a side benefit of this is that you may be able to eliminate the concentration step that's often done after you've purified the antibody. That allows them to increase their yield, save time, and then reduce equipment costs. So some of the characteristics, I don't know if this has a pointer on it, I'll just point my hand, is high dynamic binding capacity, so we're about 30 mg per mil or more at 20-second residence time. When we say 20-second residence time for a 1 mil device, that's at a flow rate of about 3 mils a minute. For a 3.5 ml bed volume device, we're at 10.5 mLs a minute. And you can see the capacities for those two columns are 30 to 100 milligrams. It is base stable. We've tested it to 0.1 molar or 0.1 normal sodium hydroxide. Maximum operating pressure similar to what you've seen for other columns that are out there. Wow, somebody butchered my graph here. But what this is showing you is the flexibility the column does offer. So in comparing it to an agarose bead technology, this is the Gore device up here. And what you're looking at is binding capacity against residence time, or flow rate if you want. So depending upon what you need to do and how flexible you want your runs to be, you can operate at 30 mg per mil at 20 seconds. Typically that gives you a whole purification in about 40 minutes time. If you have more protein to capture, you can start slowing it down just during that loading step, and then you can increase the step for all your washing. So you have a lot of flexibility based in that membrane that allows you to maneuver it around. So this is just showing you cycle times for the 1 mil device is about 38 minutes to do a whole complete purification. For the 3.5 ml device, about 41 minutes. And this was based off of a CHO cell feed with a titer of around 1.8 mg per mil at most. Cycle reproducibility, we validated it out to 20 cycles. We have had customers go much longer than 20 cycles with the device. Some have taken it out to 60 cycles. We did a 15-minute clean in place after every one of these cycles with the 0.1 normal sodium hydroxide. So this is data from Aerogen Bioscience. They're a clinical research organization. They presented this at PEGS. And it was around their platform for purification. So it was kind of nice to see how they've evolved their thought process in purification of antibodies for customers using our device. Typically, they've used a 20 mil protein A bed volume with a 2-minute residence time. They took 2 of our 3.5 devices, coupled them together, used a 30-second residence time in place of that 20 ml bed volume. In that time, they were able to take their processing time from 5 hours down to 2.5 hours for the protein A step itself. And then they had that elution concentration. You can see there, it's about 2-fold over the agarose technology. So again, that concentration factor was really important for them going forward. And what they actually show in that gel over there is that even running at these rapid flow rates, they're not losing any antibodies, so the membrane is able to capture it all. So the summary for Aerogen's study was that the concentration was within the area that they need to provide to their customers. They could eliminate that additional concentration step. It boosted their yields, and then it allowed them to turn around a process. Instead of taking 5 to 7 days, they could get this antibody back to their customer in 3 days from a 2-liter batch. They're now looking at employing this going on further with higher liter batches. And so, I think I beat the 5 minutes, Richard?
Most of.
All right, great. I hate reading slides. You can see this up here, but again, the benefits that we're now seeing, you know, this is what our marketing department puts together. What I like to hear from actual customers is the flexibility that's built into the product. You can go fast, you can bind more, and then that concentration seems to be something critical. It's hit or miss in my mind based on the titer that you're using for concentration, but if you're within the working ranges most people do, the concentration step seems to be really valuable in saving time. And I think I'll stop there. So thank you very much.